Hello, 大家好. Today we're talking about Christmas food. We're going to start with the United Kingdom and what's typically eaten for a Christmas dinner there. After that, we'll go to a few countries around the world to see how food is different around Christmas time. Christmas dinner is the main Christmas meal and is typically eaten at midday or early afternoon in England and the rest of Britain. It usually consists of roasted turkey, stuffing, gravy, pigs in blankets, cranberry sauce or red currant jelly, bread sauce, roast potatoes, vegetables, particularly parsnips and Brussels sprouts, and some people eat Yorkshire puddings too.
Of those dishes, pigs in blankets is particularly popular. It consists of small sausages wrapped in bacon. The first recipe appeared in 1957, and the dish was popularized in the 1990s by Delia Smith, who included the recipe in the cookbook. The first commercially produced version appeared around the same time.
To give a little history of turkey being served for Christmas dinner, in England throughout the 16th and 17th centuries, goose or capon was commonly served instead of turkey, and the rich sometimes dined upon peacock and swan. The turkey appeared on Christmas tables in England in the 16th century. The 16th century farmer, Thomas Tusser, noted that by 1573, turkeys were commonly served at English Christmas dinners. The tradition of turkey at Christmas spread throughout England in the 17th century, and it also became common to serve goose, which remained the predominant roast until the Victorian era. It was quite common for goose clubs to be set up, allowing working class families to save up over the year towards a goose before this. A famous English Christmas dinner scene appears in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol from 1843, where Scrooge sends Bob Cratchit a large turkey.
The pudding or dessert course of a British Christmas dinner may often be Christmas pudding, which dated from medieval England. Trifle, mince pies, Christmas cake, or Yule log are also popular for dessert.
Christmas pudding is sweet, dried fruit pudding traditionally served as part of Christmas dinner in Britain and other countries to which the tradition has been exported. It has its origins in medieval England, with early recipes making use of dried fruit, suet, breadcrumbs, flour, eggs, and spice, along with liquid such as milk or fortified wine. Later, recipes became more elaborate. In 1845, cookery writer Eliza Acton wrote the first recipe for what she called Christmas pudding. The dish is sometimes known as plum pudding, though this can also refer to other kinds of boiled fruit pudding. The word plum had been used for what we now call raisin since the 18th century, and the pudding does not contain plums in the modern sense of the word.
A mince pie also means meat pie in the United States, and fruit mince pie in Australia and New Zealand is a sweet pie of English origin filled with minced meat, being a mix of fruit, spices, and sweets. The pies are traditionally served during Christmas season in much of the English-speaking world. Its ingredients are traceable to the 13th century, when returning European crusaders brought with them Mid-Eastern recipes containing meat, fruit, and spices. These contain the Christian symbolism of representing the gifts delivered to Jesus by the biblical Magi.
Mince pies at Christmastide were traditionally shaped in an oblong shape to resemble a manger, and were often topped with a depiction of the Christ's child.
The early mince pies was known by several names, including
mutton pie, shrid pie, and Christmas pie.
Typically, its ingredients were a mixture of minced meat, sweet, and a range of fruits, and spices such as cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg.
Served around Christmas, the savory Christmas pie, as it became known, was associated with supposed Catholic idolatry, and during the English Civil War was frowned upon by the Puritan authorities. Nevertheless, the tradition of eating Christmas pie in December continued through to the Victorian era, although by then its recipe had become sweeter and its size markedly reduced from the large oblong shape once observed. Today, the mince pie, usually made without meat, but often including suet or other animal fats, remains a popular seasonal treat, enjoyed by many across the United Kingdom and Ireland.
Another special dessert dish is the gingerbread house, which also doubles as decoration until it's eaten. The tradition of making decorated gingerbread houses started in Germany in the early 18th centuries. According to certain researchers, the first gingerbread houses were the results of the well-known Grimm's fairy tale,
Hansel and Gretel,
in which the two children abandoned in the forest found an edible house made of bread with sugar decorations. After this book was published, German bakers began baking ornamented fairy tale houses of
Lebkuchen.
gingerbread. This became popular during Christmas, a tradition that came to America with Pennsylvania German immigrants. According to other food historians, the Grimm brothers were speaking about something that already existed.
In modern times, the tradition has continued in certain places in Europe. In Germany, Christmas markets sell decorated gingerbread before Christmas. Lebkuchenhaus or Pfefferkuchenhaus are the German terms for a gingerbread house. Making gingerbread houses is a Christmas tradition in many families. They are typically made before Christmas using pieces of baked gingerbread dough assembled with melted sugar. The roof tiles can consist of frosting or candy. The gingerbread house front garden, or yard, is typically decorated with icing to represent snow.
One essential item at Christmas dinner is Christmas crackers. These are not kind of food, but are brightened colored cardboard tubes which two people pull apart from a small band. The person who holds the larger half of the cracker gets a small toy from inside. This can be a tiny cone, a notepad and pen, a jigsaw puzzle, or many other things.
Inside a Christmas cracker, there are also two paper crowns and a joke. Christmas crackers are an important tradition, almost as important as the food.
Christmas food traditions are very different around the world. Let's have a look at some dishes from places other than the United Kingdom. Mexico.
Bacalao, or salted cod, is not common in most countries during the holidays, but it's a staple dish in Mexico. Before refrigeration existed, salting and preserving meats and fish was necessary. Today, this is no longer the case, but the practice still exists. And when, in the case of bacalao, the fish is rehydrated and cooked, the result is tender and delicious. In Mexico, the ingredients to make the bacalao a la mexicana include tomatoes, ancho chilies, onions, cinnamon, potato, and olives. It's filling and it certainly warms you up.
Italy. Italy has numerous regional traditions when it comes to Christmas dinner. In some parts of Italy, they celebrate with a feast of the 7 fishes. This meal includes 7 different fish prepared in 7 different ways. More often than not, 2 of the featured items are
bacala, salted cod, and calamari.
In other areas, they eat roasted lamb or poultry roasted or boiled and seasoned with sauce. Sweets also play an important role during the holiday season, and in northern Italy, one of the infamous holiday sweets is
panettone,
a cake with candied fruit, chocolate, raisins, and nuts.
Other treats include torroni, nougat, marzipan, zeppoli, cannoli, and pandoro.
The Philippines.
Noche Buena, Christmas dinner in the Philippines, takes place after families attend the Misa de Gallo, Mass of the Rooster. Jamon, cured pork leg, or lechon, spit-roasted pig, are the main features. Their co-stars are often queso de bola, a ball of cheese, pasta, lumpia, spring rolls, and fruit salad. Christmas is a big deal in the Philippines. Christmas carols start as early as September and end usually around January the 9th with the Feast of Black Nazarene. Official observance, however, is from December the 16th until the first Sunday of the New Year. Japan. In Japan, the Christmas season is the most wonderful time of the year for Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, a fast food chain. Because about 3.6 million Japanese families eat KFC on Christmas Eve, they often need to reserve their meal up to 2 months in advance. During the 1970s, KFC put together a holiday party bucket, and behind it, a brilliant marketing plan. At the time, Japan didn't have many Christmas traditions. KFC filled that void by telling consumers, here is something that you should do on Christmas. the trend caught on quickly. Today, the KFC Christmas bucket doesn't just include fried chicken. It also includes a Christmas cake, another important food item on Japan's holiday menu.
Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, making tamales is a Christmas tradition and every family has their own secret recipe. The basis of tamales is a corn dough wrapped in banana leaf or corn husk and then steamed. Some are stuffed with pork and some with beef or chicken. Other foods that may be a part of filling are garlic, onion, potatoes, or raisins. China.
Rather than turkey and stuffing, the menu in China would look similar to a spring festival fare, with roast pork, jiaozi, which are Chinese dumplings, spring rolls, huoshao, which is a baked roll with or without stuffing. If you'd like to plan a Chinese Christmas feast, you could also enjoy their popular native spirit, baijiu. Christmas time does offer one unique food tradition for the Chinese. A fun and unique tradition in China is the giving of apples on Christmas. Much like Valentine's hearts, these apples are beautifully boxed and typically contain unique and fun sayings. Since the word for apple, 苹果, and Christmas Eve, 平安夜, sound similar in Mandarin, individuals might give an apple to their loved ones as a sign of Christmas and peace. They are also known as peace apples.
如果你喜欢我们的影片，请记得点赞并且订阅，点开旁边的小铃铛。那我们下期再见吧，拜拜！
拜拜。
Popularized, right? By Delia Smith. By Daniela Smith.
Delia. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Delia.
By the biblical magi. I can't read. By the biblical magi. By the correct.
That's
Why sounds Japanese? Biblical.
Yeah. We need to find
Biblical.
If you'd like to plan a Chinese Christmas feast.